So, let's start. How many of you have been in Greece? Please raise your hand. Woo! Wow, that's a lot. So, you know all about Greek olive oil, Greek feta cheese, right? Lamb, the Greek yogurt. All these so-called Mediterranean diet, right? So good in good fats. But did you know that Greek men are the most obese in the European Union and Greek women are the second most obese in the European Union? Do you want to know why? Because we in Greece, when you have the Greek salad, we put the bread inside the salad to scoop the olive oil. It's amazing, it's so tasty, you know. But what is that? It is carbs with fat. As Dr. Berg said, zero. It's prohibited. And so, when you go to the Greek tavern, at the end they always bring you these nice little sweets, you know, that we cannot resist. What is that? Sugar with fat. It's the worst. And there you go. So, very quickly, today I wanna share with you my story. I wanna speak from my heart, okay? So, it is my big fat keto journey, all right? From Fatman, believe it or not, to the Ironman. Okay, how many have finished the Ironman? Please raise your hand. It's 1, 2. Do we have any more? 3? Any more? So 3 out of 1,000, that's 0.3%, still higher than the world average. Well done, guys. Well done, congratulations. Yeah. All right. So, with a little siptaki and souvlaki, bear with me for a moment. Think of the Ironman as a really tough sports race, more in a minute. So, Keto and IF Pathway to Success, inspired by Dr. Berg. So, very quickly, let's go back to August 2018. I got married to this beautiful wife, all right? And as you know, in Greek weddings, we invite like 500 guests, all right? And the groom, she has to dance a little bit of sirtaki. So, let's play the video. All right, so that's great. I was in the honeymoon phase, all right? I was working really hard the whole summer to have that physical condition, so to be able to dance this dance. But right after honeymoon phase, I just relaxed, you know? So, the Greek gyros, as you know, and the Greek souvlaki, with the pita, which is the bun, the wrap, all right? Or even worse yet, I indulged in the hamburgers, all right? The Greek sweets, the waffles, all the sweets and more sweets, okay, ice cream, etc. So, I might have skipped that lesson from Thukydides when I was back in school. It says, hope is an expensive commodity, it makes better sense to be prepared. Where I was not prepared at all. I failed miserably. And here is the result, only 2 months after my wedding. 212 pounds, 26% of body fat, or just in 2 months. That was my incident, all right? I said, enough is enough, I should do something about myself. That was the red line, okay? So, 7 months later, basically, when I decided to change, at that time, I noticed that the Ironman comes for the first time in Greece. And I said to myself, I want to lose weight really fast. I want to prepare for the Ironman, which is the toughest race in the world, the single-day race in the world. And I want to do all that really fast, having the goal in my mind. So I had a goal. What was my goal, okay? My goal was 7 months later to be this guy. And I am this guy. All right? 165 pounds, 11% body fat, April 2019. How did I achieve that? Well, everybody told me I'm crazy. I cannot do it in 7 months. You cannot go I was an average, I was not a professional athlete. I was just, running every now and then, swimming every now and then. How the heck would I go and finish the Ironman? With 26% of body fat in 7 months, that's impossible. The coach said that, the physician said that, everybody says it's impossible. Where did you know what I say? Impossible is nothing. All right? So I just went back to Google and I said, I want to lose fat quick. No, seriously, that's what I do. I'm a practical person. I want practical solutions, all right? I want to lose fat quickly. I want to do a diet that will increase my, my endurance, all right? To train harder because it's an endurance race, and we'll talk about that later. And guess who came up first on Google? Guess who? Wait for this. Hippocrates. So Hippocrates came first. I take you back now 2,500 years ago, all right? Everybody knows Hippocrates. He's the father of medicine. All doctors give the Hippocratic oath. And basically he stressed out the importance of good diet and exercise. But did you know? Our food should be our medicine, and our medicine should be our food. And to eat when you are sick is to feed your sickness. That was 2,500 years ago. That was his full quote, but I'm not going to lose a time. Plato also said that. I fast for greater physical and mental efficiency. And also Plutarchus, instead of using medicine, better fast today. They were all talking about that 2,500 years ago, all right? Also Athenaeus said that, many Greeks, ancient Greeks talked about that, but also, let's fast forward 2,500 years, Mark Twain. He also spoke about the benefits of fasting, all right? But the thing is, we have all this knowledge from the ancients, all this wisdom, but who puts that into context and into practical application and into tangible benefits and results? Guess who?
Dr. Berg. Now?
You're right. Now you're right. A round of applause. I consider him the modern keto Hippocrates. I really do. All right? Why? Because he's able to explain in just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes videos. All these complicated terms and all this, which is all Greek to me, but, it means nothing to me. But Dr. Berg has this ability to make complex terms easily understandable by the average Joe, which is me in that case, all right? So what I did, is I simply followed his instructions. I saw all his videos. My wife was ready to divorce me. I was waking up with Dr. Berg videos, going to bed, Dr. Berg videos. Really, even in the toilet, Dr. Berg videos. All right?
That's funny.
And guys, it's all for free. That knowledge is all for free. He should charge like $1,000 or I don't know how many dollars for that, for this knowledge. But it's all free. And of course, you all know about the 7 to 10 cups cruciferous vegetables, a lot of salads, right? Huge salads. And that's amazing because I could eat bacon and eggs and all this nice fatty stuff, Where with the previous diets, everybody restricted that. They say, what, bacon? Eggs? Are you serious? Fatty meats? Really? Yes, really. So I was really into it. I made my choice. I said, okay, because there are many keto gurus around the internet, I made my choice. Dr. Berg made me the click. I said, I'll go with you until the end. Is it good or bad? I don't know. Will I have the expected result? I don't know. But I made my choice. You should also make your choice and start. That is very important, all right? All right, so Heraclitus, again 2,500 years ago. Character is destiny. Why I put this slide? Because guys, you cannot imagine how difficult it was, how much criticism, how much I was stigmatized from all my surroundings. Right? It's difficult in Greece to go against the dogma of the Mediterranean diet, okay? And even my mother, she was crying. She's a pharmacist. She said, please stop this diet. You are going to die. Your arteries are going to get clogged. Please, she was crying. My wife can ensure that, And all my friends and family said, please. My father is a vet. He said, cows, when are ketosis, they have ketoacidosis. You're going to be, like a cow. You're going to die, basically. I said, nope. I'm going to stick to Dr. Berg plan, all right? So, no one said a word when I was consuming all this, all right? But now that I'm eating all that below, I'm going to die, all right? You have heard that many times, right? Okay. It's crazy. All right, so I wanted to prove everybody wrong. So I measured everything since day one. I was so much determined, all right? I had the goal in my mind, remember? And I had to achieve it. So measuring is key. So since day one, I measured everything. I'm not going to explain all. Please just focus on the two circles, on the two columns, okay? That was when I started. I measure all the indexes, all right, quite frequently. also the blood pressure. Okay, but let me better show you that in the graph because I like graphs. So, I lost 21 kilos, which is about 45, 50 pounds, I don't know, in just 7 months, all right? But what was the most important for me in this slide, because everybody was worried, you know, you are going to lose muscle mass, you know, you are going to be very skinny with this ketogenic diet that you lose so quickly the fat. Look at that. Muscle mass increased slightly, but it did increase, as Dr. Berg says. You're basically losing the waters from the carbs. You're not losing muscle mass, all right? Okay, of course I was training at the same time, but yet still I didn't lose any mass. And you can see that from here. So next one, Fukididi said, the secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. Again, I say courage because it was not easy. A lot of training, a lot of times away from my family, all right? 18 hours of training per week, 25,000 calories per week. I was going up early in the morning at night. It was night, dark outside. I was coming back at night, having a full-time job, all right? It was not easy. So what is the Ironman? Very quickly, it's swim, bike, run, it's triathlon. It's Greek word, triathlon. So 3 sports, swim, bike, run. That's the world's toughest single-day endurance race in the world, all right? And in Greece, and this is what I did, half Ironman. It's 70.3 miles. 70.3 miles, put on all together, back to back to back, swim, bike, run. Very quickly, that is my pre-race condition, ready, okay, after the whole fat loss. And that's the swimming. Can you see the waves? Can you believe that? 10 feet high waves, water temperature 50 degrees. When I was putting my chick inside, it was so cold that it was burning from coldness, you know? It was, and if you don't believe about the waves, can we please play the video?
Holy cow.
It's 10 feet.
Oh
all right.
my gosh.
And why I was showing that? 500 athletes quit, even professional athletes. I was not a professional athlete and I didn't. Why? Because also keto gives you the benefit of mental clarity and to be strong with yourself, to know that you have these fat fuel resources, fat fuel reserves inside you, and you can anticipate any difficulty. And for me that was very important, to have that mental clarity, not to quit. It's really important. So you also build your mind and your character. So, second part, 56 miles is the bike. So, 3,600 altitude gain, 70% humidity, did very well. And the last was the run, the half marathon, 13 miles, 86 Fahrenheit, typical Greek weather, right? And 95% humidity. You see how I'm smiling, all right? And I'm holding a bottle of water. I'm gonna say more about this later. That was all I drank, water and coconut oil. So, the finish line, yeah, made it in 6.5 hours. 6 hours, 34 minutes, yes! The happiest moment in my life, after my marriage. Sorry, honey. All right, so, can we play this video, please? I want you to see the mental state I'm on when I finish and the physical state. Let's play it. I'm the third, just. I'm coming now. Nico is my name, Nikos. Ne means yes, I did it, yes. Woo! So good, feeling so good, believe me. When you cross that finish line, all that sweat, blood and tears, it comes to reality, okay? So, thank you so much. She was the only one, my wife, the only one that supported me in that whole journey. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much. Because as Aristotle said, love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies, all right? Again, the Greeks. So, post-race, relaxing at the Greek beach, eating souvlaki, without the bun, of course, without the pita. My name engraved in the Hall of Fame, I was living the dream, okay? Now, what would be the alternative? Because before I was like that, the carbs dogma. We are talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry, okay? So look, you can put the gels on your hand, you can put the sticks, the energy drinks, the bars. Even in your bike, you know, these companies become very resourceful when it comes to show you where to put that when you run, you know. What would be the alternative? That would be, I was a carb athlete before that, all right? So, I'm not gonna spend time on that. On top is the carb athlete, below is the keto athlete, how energy is produced, but everybody ready? Yeah. All right, so basically it is what it is. This is the most important slide. The most important takeaway is this. If I want you to remember one slide, is this. So, the normal carb burner, he has just 2,000, maybe 3,000 of reserves. What he ate, carb loading, you know, it passed us before the races, etc. I was able to I tapped into my fat resources, so the whole body fat, I had 50,000 kilocalories of fat reserve. That is amazing. That is keto power, guys. That is really keto power. Keto power. Well done. And by the way, I'm also doing OMAD, 1 meal a day, intermittent fasting. The best combination ever. I urge you to do it, to start. Alright, so very quickly, the keto magic in numbers. Okay, let's pick numbers because I like numbers. I like to prove everybody. So, I started in the swimming. Out of the 1,800 athletes, I came out 980 something, okay? In the bike, as the race was evolving, I progressed 85 positions, and the magic happened as the time passes. And I become more fat adapted. Okay, in the run, I passed 405 athletes. I asked the organizers, they haven't seen anything like that. It's maybe a world, they don't know. This happened for the first time. I was passing them like they were all tired, you know, and I was just increasing my pace. If you see the numbers, Dr. Berg will send you the presentation. I was increasing my pace. That's the keto magic, guys. It's really a magic. And I said to my wife when I finished, I wasn't feeling tired at all. I could do a more half marathon. Even more. I mean, I was not feeling tired. And keto is highly anti-inflammatory, as Dr. Berg says. And after the race, I didn't feel any stretching, any pain, nothing. Next day, I went to training normally. I drove 8 hours back to my city, to Thessaloniki. So this is also magic. It's amazing magic. Believe me. Believe me. All right. So very quickly, I'm closing with that. What I believe is our responsibility, all of us who got benefited by keto and intermittent fasting and all this magic, we should spread the word. We should make this viral. Each of us can affect the lives of our friends, family, of our circles, you know. We must do it. I think of that as my responsibility because I got benefited. So my friend, 45 years old, 3 children, he finished the full marathon in 4 hours. He lost 40 pounds in less than 3 months. Amazing. His son now is sugar-free. He's not doing keto, but he's sugar-free. Again, he won some races. And some more older guys. He's 50 years old, he went for the full marathon again. 5 hours something, it doesn't matter, he started the diet. Even more, another guy, he lost 50 pounds in 4 months. And now his children are also sugar-free. It's very important to be sugar-free from a young age, okay? And some other successes. Again, to remind you, that's the keto evolution, how I was before, how I'm looking now. Thank you very much. Ευχαριστώ. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Thank you. Everything is possible. Remember that. Everything is possible. Start today. All right, start today, guys. Thank you so much. Ευχαριστώ. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna try that keto diet.